Who was someone I wish to work with? Rudra. I want to work with Rudra. I would love to work with Rudra. I think from the moment that Jay did the discus elbow stunt and the team EWO versus CCWCW, for some reason, the next logical step for me just screamed Rudra. Work with Rudra. I don't know if it would be one-on-one as a team. I could care less. That's I actually would want to be my one defining feud, be my first defining feud, even for promo only groups. I would Rudra. That's the answer. You asked me what created the character Jeremy Brock. Not Facebook. Jeremy Brock was around at least for 3 years long before I ever found this fucking time swallower called Facebook. Start off the SmackDown versus Raw games. Actually, shut your mouth, know your role. Me and my friend Kyle, growing up in the neighborhood, we used to play those games like religiously, nonstop. And we made ourselves as, creative superstars, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And the first game we had done, I think it was either Shut Your Mouth or Know Your Role. My full name did not fucking fit in the character name. It pissed me off. So I had to, shorten it down to something stupid. I think I just went with my first name for, the longest time. And I was like, fuck that. I'm a wrestler called Jeremiah. What am I, a fucking book out of the goddamn Bible? I mean, what the fuck? So what I did was I wanted a shorter name. So I started basically making a character. Because me and my friend Kyle, when we were growing up, we wanted to get into pro wrestling. Eventually, things led different down paths. That never happened. But when we were still in the kick that we wanted to go to training here in Minnesota and become wrestlers, I was full hard headed that before I even walked into a training school, I would already have my fucking name set, and that's Jeremy Brock. Jeremy, short for Jeremiah. Brock, not necessarily the same as Bergdorf, but same last initial. And Brock has ties to the Scottish Irish heritage that I have, so it just fit, and I liked it, and that's what I went with. So for 3 years before I even started really doing RP games, I was Jeremy Brock in a fucking video game, and then I did IWA, Imaginary Wrestling Association. It's a play-by-mail wrestling RP, which I got sick of because you have to pay to play it, and you pay per however many matches you want. And eventually it got old because it seemed like a drain on money. And then I eventually came across Facebook, where I joined my first group, which was Cell Block Z, which was just wrestling talk, and they came up with this idea of, well, while we're doing wrestling talk, let's test wrestling knowledge, which became, we'll put out a topic, what's the best Chris Benoit match you've ever seen, Mike versus Chris. Mike would then find a video on YouTube, post up his video of, say, Chris Benoit, Booker T, U.S. title series. Chris goes, finds Benoit versus Sid Vicious, WCW title. They pop him in the group. The group would vote which video they thought best fit the topic. This first time ever thing that had happened in Cell Block Z eventually became what led to the birth of the Chamber in the Chamber in the Asylum of Wrestling, which is now what we call today Asylum World Wrestling, AWW. And to our knowledge, it was the first time we'd ever seen wrestling RP done with picking video topics and using videos to detect who wins or loses the match. And then doing the promos just as, you would see in the show. The promos are just there to help build the storylines and all that good stuff. And I don't want to carry on too much longer. Question 14. Who are some of the people that influenced me? You didn't really specify. As an RPer, I'd say the friends I grew up with influenced me to do role-playing. I used to play, a lot of D&D, Vampire Masquerade. Watched a lot of wrestling. Influencing me in RP on Facebook. That's good. That's tough. Because I never really thought about it. I never really think anybody did. I always try to do my own thing. And I try to be as original as I can. And I try not to copy too many other people. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I go with trends. I try not to. I try to stay as original or as close to original as I possibly can because it just seems more organic that way. If I had to define some big influences, damn. I don't have any. I'm sorry. My next question came in the group MWA from Stephen J. Anderson, Strife. Question 15, what's my proudest RP moment? Again, was getting into the AWW Hall of Fame. That was it for me. That was my big moment. In EWO, Logan had asked me 3 questions. His first question asked was, where did the Elbow Master go? I'm assuming you're talking about from when I had that height of popularity, becoming, you know, thanks in part to Jay, the fucking elbow throwing machine that I was. It picked up, got popular, I was winning titles, I was pretty much getting a giant push, and then I just had to stop. And it wasn't so much I wanted to stop, it was just, you know, RP's a game, we all have lives outside of RP, so, you know, sometimes life just happens. And, the best way I can explain where I went, I had started working full-time, doing an overnight job, so I was getting very little sleep as it was, and to try and keep up, because I think with that time, I was in about, I want to say 4 or 5 possible promo-only groups, and still with AWW. With AWW, it's easy, because if I didn't have time to promo, I could still just send the video link, I'd still get my matches, I'd still win and still be moving forward, even if I wasn't actually directly there all the time, so I could take breaks from there anytime I wanted without actually being gone. It's a little harder with promo only, because yeah, it's almost like you gotta be like constantly reading what everybody else is doing, staying up to date. It's a little harder to keep track of, and it was getting to the point where with the groups I was in 4 or 5 different groups that almost had identical rosters. And it was getting to the point where storylines were meshing, blurring. I was really starting to have trouble just, you know, separating what group from what group as far as where to do my promos. And as much as I regret having to step back, I started gradually stepping out of each promo-only group because I needed time to clear out the head. I need to give myself time to catch up with how much I was actually doing. So I stepped back, I cut it down, I went just to AWW. I probably would have been back sooner, but there was, like what always happens with AWW, we build momentum, it gets really fun, momentum's going great, everybody's having a blast, and then there's always that one fucking prick that has to throw the monkey wrench into the works. And this time, the monkey wrench that got thrown in the works was actually Travis himself finally being a dick for so long. It caught up with him, and it almost divided the group into 2 separate groups. There was AWW Albert, a member of the group, took damn near half the roster, made GEW, under the pretenses that he wasn't going to do the same things Travis was doing, and then he ended up doing the same thing Travis was doing of, it's my show, I'll run it how I want, and I'll rig the fucking votes, and I'm going to play my favorites, and that was never the essence of AWW. AWW was always legit. People would vote, the vote straight up decided who won. That's how we liked it. That's how we wanted it. We won't play favorites. If you wanted to push, win. It was that simple. Pick better videos. Make yourself stand out more. You got your push because you worked for it. That's what AW is built on. That's how we pushed it. And Travis, for the longest time, shot down so many good RPers. Justine, Terry, myself, Donnie, Fiber whines too much. I'm sorry, Fiber. That's the honest to God truth. You fucking whine way too fucking much. Fuck you, dude. You need to grow the fuck up to keep doing RP. That's in general. I don't know if you're seeing this or not, but fuck you, dude. Grow up. But people like that, Travis just had its mentality that it was his way and only his way, and if you didn't like it, he would remove you, or you wouldn't get anything. You'd be booked at the bottom of the card 24/7. Like, for the longest time, when I had fucked up, Travis still held that grudge for 4 fucking years. And no matter how good I did, no matter how much I won, he still wanted to call me out. You're irrelevant. He kept me at the bottom of the card. Treated me like shit, and I was like one of his closest guys. I was fucking damn near his right hand for most of the time I've known Travis. And he was treating me like shit. And he was treating Justine like shit. And Terry. And so many people that it just finally bit them in the ass, and we couldn't handle it anymore. We couldn't handle that negativity, and we removed them. So the time that I was gone from the promo-only groups, it was to take a break, and then that occurred, and then I ended up staying on to help Mike basically rebuild AWW the way it was supposed to be. In the image of what we always wanted it to be, a fair, level playing ground for everybody where we can have fun, be creative, and just have a good time again. And for the longest time, nobody was, and now I'm still there working to try and make it fun, keep it going, and keep it alive, keep it from burying. That's six years worth of work I don't want to see just wasted away and just die all of a sudden because one asshole had to throw the monkey wrench. Question 17, Logan asked me, whose place would I want to take? Who would I like to see pass the torch to me? Basically, I don't. There's already like few people who stay true and active in RP. I wouldn't want to see anybody leave knowing that they're passing me the torch. That's kind of like the same. I don't like to say I'm influenced because I like to try to be original. And I'd say if there's anybody who I think I could possibly be gravitating towards as far as getting a pass torch in any sense of the word, or who I'd like to take the place of, I wouldn't want to take anybody's place, but if somebody had to pass me the torch, I would have to say Rudra. I don't know why. I like his work. He does some cool fucking promos. I watched that video promo he did recently where he tore it up. He tore it the fuck up, and I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that with a video. I wish I could video promo like that. I can't. I'm an introvert. I don't like doing videos. But typing wise, I think, I don't want to say we do, because I know I'm probably not in most people's eyes at the level of a Rudra, but, you know, hard work, you can do anything, right? So if I see a torch pass from anybody, I'd say Rudra. Mainly also the same guy I'd like to work with most, Rudra. Question 18, Logan asked, would I walk into a Blaze's Funhouse with Crypt? Why the fuck wouldn't I walk into a Blaze's Funhouse with Crypt? You want me to do this one out of character or in character? Because if it's out of character, yeah, dude, I'd work with you anytime. You do some great shit. We were doing some good shit as part of the Kamikaze Club right before I had to leave. We had that awesome tag team feud, Kings versus you and Colt. I can't remember what your guys' tag team was. Oh, I'm sorry. But if you're saying in character, Jeremy Brock would definitely walk into the Blazes Funhouse with you. I would fucking wreck you, dude. This fucking elbow right here would fucking lay you so fucking flat, you'd be having fucking, you'd be down on your back faster than a virgin on prom night. In character from Brock, right there. Hope you love it. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like a dick.